listening is not just a function that happens with your ears. If you're looking at people, I mean, 55% of communication is facial expression and body language. More than half is just looking at people when they're talking and seeing their posture, our micro expressions are wild, and our brain picks up on them almost immediately. So if you're funny, people will know. If someone finds you funny, you will know. If they don't, you'll know that too. So it's this interesting thing of like, you're listening when you're seeing. You're listening when you're hearing the tone of voice. It's not about the words you say, it's how you said it, right? Like, you said that thing to me, but I still think you were a jerk, because if you said it with a sweeter tone, well, then it wouldn't have felt as bad, right? And with your heart, like, you can tell. Sometimes we're just closed to it, but you can tell if something's not okay, right? Like, so listening with your heart is I'll say professional way of saying, like, this is the stuff we have to do. If you're not thinking about it, there's something wrong.
It is the elephant is moving the human emotional side of what people do. So it's the entire thesis of our podcast is how do you get that emotional heart side in cybersecurity? How do you get it moving?
Well, and you bring up a great point that, and I'm guilty of this, it's very easy to not turn on your camera when you're in calls, especially as the last few years, right? I've been guilty of, it's like, you know what, I don't feel like, putting a hat on or doing anything like dressing up. So, but if a lot of the communications is visual, like you had just mentioned, we miss a lot of the interactions that we used to have in person. I mean, so that's a fascinating point.